guitar, if you know me. I've been obsessing over this for, I'd say, I don't know, a year and a half. Started making this weird guitar, it's hard to even say this, it's so weird. It started producing artwork, you know? I would notice odd things and take pictures of them and post them. And if I didn't tell anybody they were images that were appearing, people would want to know who the artist was and what's the medium. And I noticed as soon as I told the truth about it, that the images were just appearing on here. They wouldn't see them, they wouldn't look. I probably would. I did. And it continued, and they were telling a weird story I was noticing, because in styles reminiscent of art styles that I recognized, some I didn't, but other people did, it started showing me images of like polar bears with the flip side being a person. And then I started seeing the image of, you know, like a dragon. And I don't know, I got curious about it and I started learning a creation myth from ancient Sumeria. It's the weirdest guitar commercial you'll ever hear. About this, you know, extraterrestrial god that made humans to help with some gold mining because it needed gold for its atmosphere. But the thing is, I started noticing the motif repeated in, I just started noticing it in other things I was watching around the world and in all the artwork this was producing. And I started studying this thing, leading to this weird god named Quetzalcoatl, who is the reincarnation of an extraterrestrial named Enki, I believe. But the thing is that Enki is in the Bible. He's pretty much the guy who told Noah to build an ark, which now I find out is a historically validated part of history that occurred. And the weird thing is that Christ is involved with this, and Egyptian things like Thoth, another incarnation of Enki is the Egyptian god Thoth. But the thing is, these are the teachers of mankind in, you know, a few thousand years ago that took us from just being a primate to being what we are now. And, you know, the scary thing is this Quetzalcoatl guy was, if I got it straight, a Mexican Christ, which is somebody who joins up with these universal things, people, whatever, and takes care of stuff on Earth. But the weird thing is, I noticed, like, there he is. And I didn't know that image was going to end up. That's the amalgamation of all the work I did and the paint just chipping away. You know, he was the sickly, pale artist from Central America or something, but, you know, that's him. And if you look where his mouth is, it's right where the bridge that was just self-invented is. It was on his nose when I switched to short scale. The guitar on a recording I heard, and a lot of people have heard since, a discernible voice saying, I can't fool around anymore. And never really knew what that meant. And then I honestly think it's tied in with what we're going through. He always warns everybody as best he can, because the creation myth is pretty unusual. He made us without final approval, and the higher powers that be, I mean, this kind of sounds like human stuff, and supposedly that's the way things are. Our emotions and our jealousies are mirrored, anything we do is sort of a reflection genetically of these god dudes. And why I think this is pertinent is because all the messages I'm getting are they're not totally prophetic, but they are, sort of. And I can tell when my kids are acting happy and they're worried, and it's getting to that point. And I honestly have to say, I think this happened for me to say it, not to hide it. I don't think it's necessarily anything evil we're dealing with. Like, we're not looked at as importantly as we see ourselves by the head guys. Sort of the way we treat animals when we need oil is implied, because, if you think about it, when he told Noah to build a boat, I'm not even going to say ark, he told him to build a boat, he didn't say to just put humans on it. And polar bears keep coming up on this thing. I've posted about 1,000 pictures. I think polar bears are in almost all of them. A lot of times juxtaposed with people in a compromising situation, like, get the picture, as goes the greater animals they care about, goes us. And I don't know what else to say about it, but I mean, if you look at that, don't be scared of them. They're just images so far. Nothing's physically, well, it's not really true. But the only things that have moved around have been beneficial for me. If the thing is an artist, which obviously it is, it wants some recognition, perhaps. So there's my guitar. And, it is what it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Enki.